Alright, welcome back. We're unlocking those locks to get his body back. Oh, exploders. I hate these guys. Just the idea that, oh, I didn't kill you in time, I'm gonna blow up your face. And on harder difficulties, that couldn't be a pain in the butt. If you don't pay attention, you lose half your health right there.
Myself.
Me too. Now I kind of like how Blizzard has recently handled the whole modding situation, but I kind of hate how the community reacted to it as well. I mean, I understand modding just to have fun with a game and just try to change it up a little, but to pretty much break the game to the point where it's just not the game anymore, it just makes no sense to me. I mean, to be honest, I did use modding equipment to just help level up my guys to 60. Just so I'm like almost that I don't have to deal with slow leveling up, because after a while it does get a little strenuous. Especially for getting 60 for all the characters. But when I hear modders say, hey, I'm just trying to find better equipment, it's like, well, you just made better equipment. What better equipment are you going to find? Kind of makes no sense to me. Oh good, better armor. So yeah, I mean, I understand what they did to trigger and realize what is modded equipment, but the way they got around it was just a little annoying too. But hey, level 24, that's awesome. Now the way they got around it is they pretty much like boosted whatever the main focus on just one attribute, so that way they can get around with having, instead of having like a bunch of different abilities all at once, they just made one like insanely powerful. But I mean, if you mod the game, I mean, if you like it, sure, have fun. That's more power to you. But for me, I mean, I understand to level up to get to the max level, but there's always more to a game than just being the max level and that's it. Definitely with this game, it's the looting. And once you make the best armor or items or weaponry, it kind of ruins that whole idea of this game is to be the most powerful. Because, well, you can be the most powerful if you do this simple, hey, hero editor, and you're done. Anyway, I should probably explain level 24. I'm just going on a little rant here, and plus I gotta head back to town, so let me head back to town and take care of my equipment, and then I'll explain the level up. See you in a bit. Okay, we're back. I played around with the equipment a little bit, got myself some new armor and weaponry, so I'm a little more BA than before. So let's try triggering on our skills. I don't remember which one is triggered. I believe Spectre Blade's dead for slow damage, so I guess that's a little cool. We got one for Storm Armor, so now any range and melee people will be taking extra damage as well. That's always a good thing. And I believe, yep, we got another one that's Astral Presence. Increases your arcane power and regeneration speed. That's actually a pretty good one. We're probably going to take off our melee damage decrease and put that on, just so we have faster regeneration and more power. And it looks like Explosive Blast got a rune. Oh, it reduces the cost power. We'll take that, since, well, nothing else is on. Nothing else seems to be different, so let's keep on going. Yeah, I messed up the recording just a little bit, so I gotta fuse two videos and whatnot. Yeah, I'm doing a lot more damage now. I got a pretty good weapon in my makings, and so I'm using that and some really good gear. Since I have it on me, I guess I'll try to explain a little bit once I grab all this stuff. essentially later on in the game, usually later, once you start getting books to start making equipment and certain drops, you're going to start getting green equipment. That's pretty much like a legendary, like a super legendary, I guess we'll just call it. Whereas like if you got other things combined with it, it's going to make it even more powerful. So I got one called Cane's Robes and Sandals. I got a certain book set to let you make it. And by themselves, they're not too bad. Some setups aren't the greatest with this one. Later on, we'll definitely drop it. But with two things combined, we get more attack speed. But what we really want is try to make a 3 set where you get 30% more bonus experience. I couldn't make anything that was really good for a third piece since we kept getting legendaries. I might play around that later, but at the same time, I know I'm already leveling up like a crazy mofo. So it might not be a good idea to do that since I don't want to pretty much blow you guys in the dust. I want you guys to stay relatively close to where I am so that way it kind of matches up. You just might be fighting enemies a little slower. But who knows, this might not even be your first time and just want to have a different person's take on certain abilities and whatnot. But alright, we're at the next lock. Let's unlock it. Did it on the deck.
Who else? They are the last of all the lords of hell.
I wish I knew what they said. I wasn't really paying attention. Sorry, folks. How did he get in these fights? Oh, someone's dying. Holy crap. Anything good for you? Eh, not really. More books. Always more experience. So not a bad idea. Ooh, Vortex. That's a different one. Pretty much once you try to run away from this guy, he's going to pull you in. But since I killed him relatively quick, that's not happening. But there's the way out. Let's head on to the third and last dungeon of this little quest. Enter the realm of shadow.
This must be the shadow portal. Let us be done with this.
This isn't Warcraft. What are you talking about? Brings back days to Warcraft 2.
The Horadrim did all this to lock my body away. They've been very angry with me.
Of course they were. You had to be stopped.
You are a crazy
They
mofo.
were never very imaginative.
Oh, there you go, follower.
I am unstoppable.
Oh, disintegrator. I thought I'd probably butcher that. Yeah, pretty much it's like the plague setup where they set the ground on fire and do damage that way. On harder difficulties, if you don't pay attention to that, you can get swarmed and have like 3 or 4 hit you right underneath it and do a ton of damage. So, always keep on moving. It's like a first-person shooter, always bob and weave. Looks funny in a gunfight, but you'll be willing walking away from it.
I am so good. I astound myself.
I astound myself too. Get out of here, dude. Ooh, attack bonus. That wasn't powerful enough for this. Hi, Curry24. So glad I left notifications on.
This is a place of pure darkness. I can barely breathe.
Darkness and me. All I see is your father.
You see that enemy over there?
Your defenses are nothing.
Yeah, it's the only downside with that type of enemy is, yeah, they're pretty powerful, but when crawling on that ground, they are vulnerable, so hit them as much as you can before they can get out. That way, they're less bothersome. Doo. Hey! Oh, hi, boss. Plaguer and somebody else. Oh, an exploder, run! Alright, get the hell. I don't know why I picked that up. Let's drop that real quick. Alright, so we got his body back. Let's make him whole.
Trust me, I
Oh,
understand.
walk by the door.
But more likely.
Hey, Leah, can you do it?
Retrieved Cool's body. Then let me begin the ritual. But I'm warning you, Cool. You'd better
I got
not
his
cross
head,
yourself.
got his life essence, I got his body. Make him whole.
You are surrounded by deceit, young one. I am the least of your concerns. Concentrate, Leah. Soon now. Just a bit longer. Just a moment. Almost. Yes.
Nah.
My blood thunders within me.
Thunders.
Sweated air fills my ravaged lungs. I am alive again.
You're welcome.
We've done our part. Give us the soul stone, Cool.
Very well. The bargain stands. Quickly, to my sanctum.
Good idea, we'll play on your home court. Wait, what? Hey boss, what's up with that?
Long last, I can complete my life's work. All will tremble at my power.
I'm getting the feel of being betrayed.
What is this? How has this happened? The souls of the dead lords of hell have been absorbed into the stone.
Huh?
Abandon your quest, Nephilim. Your allies seek only to control you. With the power I offer, you and I could rule over all creation.
You are mad, Cool. Give me the stone, or I will destroy you.
I think he's already running us. Kill him. Alright, so there's a little challenge if you feel like doing it. Not a big deal. But if you kill him before killing his stone statues, you get a little challenge completed. But apparently, oh, no, apparently. Pretty much the way this guy fights is just like a wizard that you've been playing as. He's got time warp, he teleports, he's got magic powers. So yeah, he pretty much fights just like you. But, just like the rest of them, you get a drop. Hey look! I really hope I don't make you whole again.
Seems my brothers have finally come looking for me.
Alright, let's get this soul stone, since he just left it sitting here. How'd you do that?
5 lords of hell now reside within this stone.
How'd you
what
know?
are you hiding from us, Adria?
20 years ago, during the darkening
Calm
of
down,
Tristram,
tornado.
Cain told me of Zoltan Kuhl's profane soul stone.
That's why you left me. You went to mark the demon's souls so that they could be drawn into Cool's vessel.
Yes, my daughter. I have sacrificed everything for this.
Huh. So somehow she went around behind the characters in Diablo 2, got the souls, and shoved it into this black soul stone. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. I always wondered how that worked, but let's head back to town.
What happens once we've trapped Belial and Asmodan in the soul stone?
Then I will shatter it, and the lords of hell will be no more.
Whoa.
My knowledge increases.
Hey, free level up, I'll take it. Alright, I'll explain this real quick, then I'll finish up this part. Yeah, fast forward. Arcane Torment now pretty much goes all over the place. I really don't like this because pretty much with a area effect targeting ability now it just goes everywhere. But you might think, oh, that's kind of good for, you know, when you get surrounded. You have a lot of other abilities that can do that. Don't focus on that. Meteor, that's what we want because it's a fire skill. Uses a lot of power, but drop the base. Does a lot of damage. We want a certain rune that makes this way better. And now we got a new mastery, which is Mirror Edge. Not Mirror Edge, Mirror Image. Wrong game. Pretty much you just make duplicates of yourself and the enemies will focus on them instead of you, so that way you can kind of run away. The only downside is they have the same skills as you, but they just don't do any damage, which is kind of dumb. There's a rune that will fix that, but it's not really worth it. Once in a while I'll play around with this ability. It's just not that great, I don't think. Nice, you know, cool effect looking, but that's about it. But anyway, so what could be happening next? What big and baddie things will happen? Well, let's start it and see what happens.
Reach the Emperor. He said he can lead us to Belial.
Ooh, good idea, I
Are you
forgot.
certain we can trust the child?
We have no choice. But know this. If Belial gets desperate, he will unleash hell upon Chaldea.
So before we face him, we must evacuate the citizens. The Iron Wolves can help.
Well said. Let
Good
us
idea. Let's go save the city. And I will see you guys in the next part.